Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. We are continuing our shiurim in the Sfas Emes v'siyata d'shmaya. We are now in the year Tuf Reish Mem Aleph in the second shtickle, Barashi Bar Elokim. Shir should be a special schus for Moshe Yudav and Peshadina, Baruch Abat Tzlachim Chomad Yadav, and the Refuas Refuah Chaim Dov and Risa Shoshana, and Esther Bas Naomi Sarah, and Miriam Bas Chaya. Barashi Breishis Bara Elokim. She'ala b'machshava livros b'midas hadin, v'ra she'enoi miskayim, v'hikdim v'shitef imo midas harachamim. That God's original plan, so to speak, was to create the world with the midah of din, with the midah of strict judgment. He saw the world wouldn't exist, can't last if everything is strict judgment. So what he did was, hikdim v'shitef imo midas harachamim. So he proceeded, first he put the midah of rachamim, but that's Elokim. Elokim is the midah of din. But in the end he saw that the world couldn't exist, so he was makdim midas harachamim. Mazeh lashon v'hikdim. What does it mean that he was makdim? First he put the midah of rachamim. So it says the Sfas Emes, achu b'koach hatshuva. This is b'koach hatshuva, with the power of tshuva, that we fix retroactively all of our deeds. In the Rekanti in Parshas Nasa, it says, Ukeshibara, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Sa'olam, Kodam Lebriya Sa'olam HaTshuva. When God created the world, first he put tshuva before the world. Shimin Advarim Kodam Shenivra Olam. Tshuva is one of those things that preceded Briya Sa'olam. As the Gemara teaches us in Psachim, Nandal Amar Aleph, Atam Lefi Shegolei V'Yadu Lefanov, Masha Asid Lios Lekachiktim Lo Tshuva, Shem Yashuv Mecheto Ein Lo Davar Shem B'Fnei Baal Tshuva. He saw that people are going to sin, so therefore Baal Tshuva knows that if he sins, he can do tshuva. He's not a Baal Tshuva yet, but when a person knows that if he sins, he can do tshuva, and there nothing is holding him back. Tshuva is beyond this world. He's not limited by the boundaries of this world. And that's what Chazal say, Kshabar Kadosh Baruch Hu Salam, all of them Achshav, Livros, B'midas Hadin, Rosh Hashanah Miskayim, Hikta Midas Harachamim, V'shitva L'midas Hadin, U'midas Harachamim, Hi HaSlicha, V'Slicha Idei HaTshuva. So what's this Midas Harachamim? That's Slicha. How do you get Slicha? Through Tshuva. This is brought in the Shla. So this is the Tshuva, that's the Koach HaTshuva, that he's Makdim Rachamim, and that precedes the Din. So we should just know that nothing is for foul and nothing is lost. No matter what we do, we can always fix it. We're not supposed to sin with that in mind. But once it's already done, then we have to know that we can fix everything. Ve'inyanu, ki bevadai lo haya chas v'shalom shinui ratzon l'mala. There was no change of God's will. There was no change of God's will above. God doesn't change his mind. Rak she'habriya hi b'midas hadin. The Bria is b'midas hadin. V'rak b'koach adam lo'ora b'chinas harachamim shu od yoser gavoa me'abriya. So man, when God created the world, he mamish created b'midas hadin. Just man has the power to be ma'orer, that midah of rachamim, to arouse that midah of mercy. V'hu ha'korach ha'shoresh shemimenu nasa abriya. And that's the power, the root from which the creation was made. L'chein af shebe'emes nivra b'midas hadin ve'en lo kiyum, even though the world is created b'midas hadin. And therefore there's no kiyum, because once we step out of line, finished, right? Nevertheless, we can go to that place that precedes creation, that's above creation, and we can be mamshich that midah, we can draw down that midah of rachamim. Torah mitzvahs, and we can do that through Torah and mitzvahs. He discusses this again later in Tuf Reish Mem Zayin, Amru. Chazal, there he says, Amru Chazal, Ola b'machshava levrosav midas hadin, v'roshen olam miskayim, v'shitef midas harachim, nira levar she'atori midas harachim. And this midah of rachamim is Torah. K'mash kosv Chazal. B'pasek haben yakir li midei, haben yakir li Ephraim, mielet shashuim, ki midei dabri bo zochor es karenu od. Dai dvari shanasati bo, v'amru, so it's enough the words that I gave him. Somebody who has a son that's toiling in Torah, so if the Jews are toiling in Torah, then God is filled with mercy. K'dei l'kayim ratzon Hashem yisbarach afal pi. Shani yochol ligmor b'fol mitzayir f'kadosh baruch hu yagiv ha'ratzon amor aleinu rachamim. So we're not going to be perfect, but we are learning Torah because we want to be Memalei the Ratzon of Hashem. What's learning Torah? Learning Torah is, what's the Ratzon of Hashem? How does Hashem want me to act? How does Hashem want me to think? How does Hashem want me to feel? So when a person learns Torah, he's ma'orer, he arouses the mid of rachamim. V'za'atzmo inyan she'ola b'machshava levros b'midas adin aval b'foal nivra b'rachamim v'meshet bara olam b'torah kama shekasav b'chazal Torah b'zeh hiktim v'shidif midas harachamim. In other words, God created the world with din, but he was makdim midas harachamim. In other words, b'foal, now we have this Torah, God created the world with Torah. So here the Sfas Emes seems to be saying another way of looking at it, that was actually part of Brias HaOlam. Not that now we can access it just because it's there, but actually it's part of Brias HaOlam. Hashem created the world with the midah of Racham. Racham is Torah, like the Gemara says many times. Amar Rachmana. Rachmana is Torah. So we could be ma'orer, that midah of Rachamim. That's the idea of tshuva, obviously, when a person is learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, that is like many different sources, that learning Torah itself is an act of tshuva. Hashivenu avinu l'sarasecha, v'karvenu malkeinu labarasecha, v'achzirenu b'tshuva shlema l'fanecha. It's all part of the process. Torah and mitzvahs, and then we're chozer b'tshuva shlema. So then we can get to that point of rachamim that precedes the bria, and give ourselves kiyum existence. V'lachein kol zen eskayim gam b'seder adoros shlohaya le'olam kiyum v'nechama b'dor mabul ad sheba Avram Avinu v'neskayim olam midas harachamim v'zeh sheschilu beis alafim Torah mimos ha'avos l'chein ksiv b'hibaram be'Avraham shu kiyum olam midas harachamim kanal. And therefore, this was also fulfilled in the order of the generations, that the world didn't have kiyum. In the Dor HaMabul, the world was destroyed, and then comes Avram Avinu, and then the world was miskayim b'midas harachamim. The world was fulfilled. Now the world was given existence with the midah of rachamim, and that's pshat that Beis Alofim Torah started mimos ha'avos, because Torah is what gives the world its kiyum. And that's the rachamim, as we've been discussing, and the Beis Alofim Torah of rachamim that give the world its existence, that starts like the Gemara says in Avodah Zarah Daf Tes Samad Aleph in the time of Avram Avinu. L'chein ksiv bihi baram. Elo told the Shemaim Bar, it's bihi baram. Bihi baram is when it was created. The story of the heaven and the earth was created. Be'Avraham shukiyam ha'olam midas harachamim. Avram was one who gives the world kiyam midas harachamim, and Avram is Torah. As a nefesh arasu b'charam nukla says the shabidul araisa. Avram Avinu is bringing people to Torah. Torah is what gives the world its kiyum, and that started in the time of Avram Avinu. So that's the bara olam olam b'machshav livrus midas hadin. He saw the world as a miskayim. It's not that God changed his mind, just that we have the ability to access this Torah with which HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, and that's also tshuva. That tshuva allows us, when we connect to Torah and mitzvahs, we can thereby go and retroactively fix everything that we messed up. And memela, obviously, if we're fixing everything that we messed up, then the world gets kiyum, because the world doesn't have kiyum just with midas hadin, because we sinned. How does the world have existence? So therefore we need the Torah and mitzvahs, and that's what gives us kiyum, and that's what gives the world its existence. That's the rachamim, that's the mercy that Hashem brought together with the midas hadin. That's even makdim. It's makdim because that's before the world was created, and then we can fix all of our deeds, and then the world has existence. Baruch Hashem b'siyata d'shmaya. We read Tov Reish Mem Aleph this year, the second shtickle, and the previous year, the first shtickle. We even threw in a shtickle from Tov Reish Mem Zayin, and now we are moving forward b'siyata d'shmaya to Tov Reish Mem Beis. B'medrash vayechulu nasa kelim. The world became a kli. Ha'enyin, what does that mean? Diyesh klal u'pratu klal. That there is a generality, and then a specificity, and then a generality. V'ala klal amru v'lo b'maymer echad ha'yochol li baros. And on the klal, and on the klal, it says that the world could have been created with one mimer, and that would have been a mimer klali. Shu Breishis nami mimer, who, like the Gemara says, that Breishis is also a mimer. Kadosh Baruch Hu just created the word Breishis bara Elokim Shemaim Basaretz, and that would have been, he would have been done with that. Shu Sharash Hakol, that's the root of everything. A Torah v'Yisrael, the Torah and the Jewish people. V'atshuva, what does the Gemara Mishnah answer? The Mishnah says God could have created the world with the klal of Breishis bara Elokim, but he ended up creating it with Asara Ma'amaros, with Pratim. Why? So to punish those Rishayim who destroy the world that was created with 10 Ma'amaros, and give Schar Tov L'Tzadikim that are Makayim the world that was created with the Sar Ma'amaros. Very, a lot of Mepharshim try to understand what exactly the mission means. V'hainu shebefratus v'atshuva k'dei lehipara v'lasei schar. And the answer is, says the Sfas Emes, to punish the Rishayim who destroy the world that was created with the Sar Ma'amaros, and to give Schar to the Tzadikim who give kiyum to the world that was created with the Sar Ma'amaros. V'hainu shebefratus eish dvar matzrichim tikum v'tzadikim shemevim kol hapratim ala achtus hu klal habo al yedei haprat. So the many things in this world that require a tikkun in specific things, and the tzaddikim bring all the details of this world to the place of oneness, of achdus, of the klal, and that's the klal that comes via the prat. In other words, the tzaddikim fix all the pratim, all the details, and then they bring it to the world of the klal, to the world of the generality of achdus, of this overarching unity. V'zeh choviv lifnei yizbarach yoser. And that is beloved in front of Hashem. The Sfas Emes says in Parshas Bo, Tafresh Lamed Zayin, B'medrash, V'isa, V'asar Ma'amaris Niver Olam Matam Adlomar, etc., Kedei Lipara Men Arishayim, V'las Yischar Tov L'Tzadikim, is the mission of his Perkei Mishnah Aleph. That God created the world with 10 specific Ma'amaris to take vengeance from the Rishayim who destroy the world that was created with the Sar Ma'amaris, and to give schar to the Tzadikim who are Makayim the world that was created with the Sar Ma'amaris. Perish Hadaber. Zak the Heilige Sfas Emes, Parshas Bo, Tafresh Lamed Zayin. Sheyesh klal uprat uklal. ואם היה נברא העולם במאמר אחד, שהוא האחדות כלל הראשון. So the world has the klal, the general, and then the specific, and then the general again. If the world would have just been created with maimer echad, which is the first klal, there would be no schar v'onesh. אבל בבחינת הריבוי וישחלקוס המדרגות שבר השם יזברך ליos kam b'rishayim המסנגדים לאמס וכופר מאחוz shamayim. But then there are many, many details. In other words, if there were just one maimer, everything would be so clear. We'd know there's a God. We'd all see the Breishis bar Elokim, and that'd be the end of it. But since they're madregas, which are pratim, which are details, we sometimes lose because of all the details. So we lose sight of the overarching achdus of the world, of the godliness that inheres within everything. So that is what creates a space for schar and onesh, for reward and punishment, reward for doing the right thing despite all of the details and not seeing the clouds, seeing the overarching unity of everything, and also averis when people don't take that into account, and sin, and our kofar chas shalom. V'zeh avodas tzadikim l'karvam ruchakim lahamshich kol hapratim la'achdus, and that's the avodah of tzadikim, that they were makarev, those who are far away, and they're mamshich, all of the pratim, all of the details of creation, they bring them to this place of unity. So you have the first Breishis, which is the cloud, which is Gavaldik. Then you have all the pratim, all the details, all the Sar Ma'amaris, the last 9. And then you have the cloud again, which is even greater than the original cloud, because now it's everything being brought together by the tzaddikim. The Yerim Asif, all the pratim, gathering together all the details of creation, and that's B'mayli Yisera. And that's the Assyria, Shugam Ken Achdus, like the Maharal talks about a lot. That 10 is this number of Achdus, of unity, of a klal, of all the klal coming together. V'zein ba'asar ma'amar. So be'emes mizen isra b'kvod yizbarach b'yoser. Ma'ashenasan koch lios nimtza sitra d'shikra ba'olam v'tzadikim v'varim zil shakol kvod b'koch yizbarach. Nitzvasef mizeh kavod shamayim. So God created the world in such a way that there are all these details. There could be a kfira of the borei, as we see and hear quite a bit all too often in this world. And the avod of the tzaddikim is to take all the details of the world, all the pratim, and bring them back into the klal and show how it's all Maisa Hashem. And that is the greatest cover that we can give Hashem. And that it says in Ovis, Yafisha Achas. But Shuva Maisim Tovim B'olam Hazeh, Hu Achdus Ve'aklal Shaba Me'apratim. So that's the Shah Achas. What does it mean, Shah Achas? Better is 1 hour of Tshuva Maisim Tovim Olam Hazeh from all of Olam Haba. The Shah of Achas, of Achdus, of bringing everything together into this place of unity. As the Sfas Emes says in Vayishlach Tofreish Lamed Aleph. He mentioned Perusha Achas, who Kana Lios Hakol Be'achdus Dovuk B'Shorish Elyon, showing that everything is connected to that divine root, and that's the cloud that comes from the pratim. Who Achdus HaKlal back here to Breishis Tafresh Membeis Shabam Pratim Zeo Cloud Tzarech LePrat. That's the cloud that needs the prat because it needs all the pratim to bring it back together in the cloud. God saw everything he made, and V'nei Tov Mod was very good. And then Vayichulu, Shu Klal Hanal, and that's the Vayichulu, that's the Kli, that's the Klal. That's bringing everything together. That's what Shabbos is about. Shabbos is when everything comes together. During the week, it's this detail, it's that detail, it's this detail, it's that detail. And then Shabbos is Achdut HaKolelet Hazot. V'nesoyer HaShoresh, v'nasa Shabbos, v'yavorech, v'yakadesh, v'yeshvel tosefes neshama. So the Shoresh was Mesoyer on Shabbos, this root where everything, the root of where everything comes from. And then there's Shabbos, v'yavorech, God blessed it, v'yakadesh, God sanctified it, and there's a tosefes neshama, like it says in the Gemara in Beitzah. On Daf Tez Zayin Amud Aleph, the famous Neshama Yisera that we've all heard about so many times. Ve'inyan, what's that about? K'mo sheyesh befrat kol ish Yisrael achar tikun haguf shleimusa mekabel haneshama v'achar kafi tikun hamayis zochel haneshama Yisera. So just like in every individual person, after he's metaken his guf, and it's shleimus, he's mekabel haneshama. Every person gets his guf, this amazing guf that we have, and then afterwards we get this added neshama to this guf. It's amazing. So, afterwards, to the extent that we're metaken our maisim, we get this extra neshama. To Zoyar, Parshas Mishpatim, Tzadi Daled Amud Beis. Tochazi, come and see. Bar Nosh, Kadisiyilid Yehovin Le Nafsha. When a person is born, he's given a soul. Zoche Yasir Yavin Le Rucha. Zoche Mori given a spirit. Zoche Yasir Yavin Le Nishmasa. And then afterwards, he's given a neshama. Nefesh, then Ruach, then neshama. And here the Sfas Emes says that when there's a shleimus haguf, there's a tikkun haguf, he gets the neshama, and then kafi tikkun ha'maisa, the more he's metaken his maisa, then he gets a neshama yisera. So that's in the individual person. Kein hoya b'chlal bria shemayim v'oretz. V'achar chodim shenishmas habriya. V'achar shenasa klal v'achtos ba Shabbos shu neshama l'klal habriya. So too in the klal and the bria shemayim v'oretz. You have man who's the neshama of the bria, and then after man who's the neshama of the bria, then comes this klal of Shabbos, which is the neshama l'klal habriya. You have man. There are many men walking around the earth. These are obviously that's the most spiritual part of the bria, not the trees, not the monkeys. That's the human being. And then Shabbos in time, like we always speak about, how everything is expressed in Ashan, many things. Olam Shana Nefesh, Olam, in the realm of the world in space. Shana, year, time. Nefesh in the person. The person has his neshama. And in the world in space, there's also time. That is what's the neshama of the world, of time. What's the neshama of time? The neshama of time is Shabbos. And then Olam in the world, in this vast universe that we have, Sfas Emes says that Adam is Nishmas Habriya. We have our own neshama, and we're also Nishmas Habriya. And Shabbos is the neshama of what I'm saying is time. The Sfas Emes he doesn't bring in Hashan over here. That's just my addendum. Obviously, we're talking about deep Kabbalistic inyanim, which are well beyond certainly my understanding. So we're just translating the words. So we have man with his soul, and then comes Shabbos, the soul of the bria. Klal Bria. In the end of the day, it's going to be all Shabbos. It's going to be all soul. It's going to be all neshamadik, and everything's going to come together into one great unity of godliness. We're zocher to this pari sukkah shalom, to this shleimus on Shabbos, when the Shabbatiyut, this Shabbostikite, comes down from Shemayim, and we know that Shabbos is this day of unity where everything comes together. The Shoresh of the Bria, Shabbos, Akol Shav Shoresh, comes down. We go up, different ways of seeing it in this farm, but there's this connection of the physical and the spiritual world. And there's godliness everywhere, and we're reconnecting to our root, to our Shoresh, and that's this sukkah, this tabernacle of shalom, of peace, of shleimus. And that's Mein Olam Haba, Ki Ein HaKol B'Shleimus Achi Mocha Shmo Shel Amalek. And this is going to be Mein Olam Haba, and there's no Olam Haba, there's no Shleimus in the world until there's a Mechias Shmo Shel Amalek. And therefore, right now we live in this world of the Rishaim. The Rishaim are Ma'abed, the world that was created by Sarah Mamaris. In other words, this is a world of Pratim, and the Rishaim, they destroy the world of Pratim. They say, this is a Prat, one has nothing to do with the other, and it's all by chance. And that's the Kfir of Amalek. So when the Amalek will be removed, then we're going to have this world of Shleimus and Hashem Shalom, Akiz Shalom, Hashim Achazar Shalom Alek. Because then the world that was created with Sarma Mars, and our job as Jews is to bring together the world that was created with Sarma Mars. You get a minion together, you have 10 people, you have this Shleimus of people representing the Asar Mamaris, and the Asar Adibris, and the Asar Spheres, and all the tens that come together, which is this Shleimus. And that's what we're supposed to have in this world. We're supposed to never forget this klal, this overarching unity of all of the Bria. And that's what happens on Shabbos, when everything becomes a kli for Elokus, and Vayichulu. And that's the Me'ein Olam Haba, and one day will be Yom Shekulo Shabbos, when it's all, we're going to see the godliness in everything. Okay, Baruch Hashem b'siyata d'shmaya, we learned some very tifa zachen, Tov Reish Mem Aleph, second Maimer in Tov Reish Mem Beis, and we should be zoche to continue Mitzvah Shem, Lilmodu Lilamed, Lishmor V'lasil, Kaimas Kol Divrei Salmo Torasa B'Ahava, Shalom, Shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.